Now, former President Jacob Zuma's announcement on Monday that he will defy a constitutional court order to appear before the State Capture Commission continues to keep us talking. Zuma maintains Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo is biased. The former president has also compared our justice system to apartheid times, accusing it of targeting him as the apartheid system targeted PAC struggle stalwart Robert Sobukwe. And I'm joined now by Justice Johan Krichler, retired Constitutional Court judge. Good evening, Justice, and thank you very much for your time. I just want to read a little from what the former president sent out on Monday, and I quote, "It is clear the laws of this country are politicized even at the highest court in the land." Now, we have a constitution that enshrines the freedom of speech, but this is a former president who swore to uphold the constitution and now accuses it of being politicized. So how seriously do you view his utterances?
Sally, good evening, and good evening to the viewers. It's disgraceful. It's not surprising. It's in conformity with the conduct of the gentleman, as has been revealed at the Zondo Commission. He is, or believes he's above the law that he swore solemnly before the nation that he would uphold. He is keen to show himself as a victim. All he has to do is go and answer questions. He's in no jeopardy whatsoever before the Zondo Commission. It can impose no punishment on him. It cannot penalize him in any way. He has got to go, like all of the other witnesses have gone, and go and answer the questions that are put to him. He is protesting because he believes, I am sure, that if he were to speak honestly before the Zondo Commission, he would confess high crimes and misdemeanors against the people of South Africa.
Reading through his letter, it's clear that his problems with the State Capture Commission date right back to how it was appointed. And he says in his letter that it's always the prerogative of the president to appoint the judge or the person who presides over that commission. And he had a real problem that he didn't get to choose, it seems. Does he have a point?
Sally, all of his complaints have been thoroughly debated and argued in the courts. They have all considered them carefully, and they have been rejected one by one as the stratagems that they are to prevent his having to account to the people what he did with their money. It is obvious that the public protector could not have done her job technically in terms of, literally in terms of the law. To tell the president to deal with himself would have been absurd. That point was long since decided. Of course, it's a special case. The Public Protector Act never contemplated that the defaulting public servant would be the president himself. It was only in those peculiar circumstances where the misdemeanor was committed, where the crimes or complaints were laid against the head of state himself, that the public protector chose or recommended an alternative procedure, which was thereafter debated thoroughly. The complaints on behalf of Mr. Zuma were heard and argued by competent senior lawyers and were rejected. It's old hat. It's just a complaint that he's dug up again to try to justify his evasion of the law.
All right, so what should happen now? He has defied what the Constitutional Court said, that he needs to go and answer. So is the next move, should it come from the Constitutional Court? Should it come from the State Capture Inquiry? Or do we actually need a public statement from President Cyril Ramaphosa condemning what his predecessor has said about our country?
I don't think it calls for the president to say anything. It's not his business. On the contrary, I think it would be undesirable if he got involved in it. The Commissions Act is perfectly clear. If someone has been summoned to appear before it and to remain in attendance and answer the questions that are put to it, only subject to one escape, and that is there must be reasonable cause for him not to answer the questions. The law is clear. If he is now summoned and he does not appear, he should be arrested, he should be charged, he is liable to conviction of up to 6 months imprisonment, and the law must take its course. It has dealt with former President Zuma with the greatest of courtesy, patience and undue respect.
Thank you so much for your time this evening. I really do appreciate it. That was Justice Johan Krichler. He's, of course, a retired Constitutional Court judge.